Hello, everyone. This is Martha. I am a relationship counselor and clinical sexologist. And 2 days ago, it was announced that the phase two is going to start from this Friday. And I just wanted to share a little bit about what has happened for phase one for me. And now, as we enter into phase two, how things are going to be like for me and my practice. So we had a lockdown of about 6 weeks, and then we went into phase one. And in phase one, we are allowed to see people with a lot of safety precautions. So with the phase one announcement, I started to see clients face to face. And of course, I was wearing masks, and my clients was wearing masks. And we needed to use the safe entry, and it's a bit of a hassle because I'm not very good with the QR code thing, and in fact it's the QR code thing is not installed in my phone, or maybe it's there but I don't know how to work it. And anyway, it's interesting because the phase one announcement was made, and then I saw my clients on a Sunday and a Monday, and on the Sunday itself, I think I got an email from the government saying that I must install the Face Entry app for all my clients. So they sent us like a one-page thing for us to scan the QR code. Like, I put it up, and then my client was to scan the QR code to register their their ins and outs, and it's mandatory. So it's a bit of a boo-boo, isn't it? You tell everybody that you can do phase one, and then they enforce the safe entry later. So what I did was, in case you don't know, what I do is I have my own office in Chinatown, and I actually share the space with a psychotherapist. So when I knew about the phase one, I spoke to him. Actually, we just messaged, and I told him that I know he doesn't go into the office on Sundays, so I told him that I'm going to take Sunday and Monday to see clients face to face, those who insist on seeing me face to face. Even though I can see clients face to face now with phase one, I'd really rather not, because first of all, I have to do the temperature check. I have to get them to fill out a declaration form. I have to then later on I found out I also have to do the safe entry. So it's really a hassle. And so I spoke to my colleague, the co-tenant, and I told him that I'm going to go in on Sunday and Mondays only, and he can go ahead and see his clients on the other days, because I would rather that we don't bump into each other, and also our clients don't bump into one another. And so far, I have the last 2 weekends, I have only seen about 4 clients face to face, and the rest are virtually. So this has been what has been happening with phase one. And now as we enter phase two, I expect to have more clients wanting to see me face to face. And I'm still going to, as far as possible, I'm going to still try to request that if they are open to work with me virtually. It's if to me, because my work doesn't involve touch or nudity. I am not a masseuse, I'm not a psychotherapist, I'm not an occupational therapist. I don't touch my clients. So I actually feel that virtual is fine, and in fact the preferred way, because I don't have to be worried about catching anything, and they don't have to worry about catching anything. And also with face to face, I was wearing the mask for the entire session, and they are wearing masks for entire session. So really, I can only see half the face. Sure, I can see their body language, but between being able to see everything of my client and being uncomfortable and not seeing my clients, like even though it's face to face, which would I prefer? Of course, virtual is much better because I can see, I can sense much better if the face is not covered. So with phase two, this is what is going to change. I expect to see more clients face to face because they ask for it, but I'm still going to try to request to see them virtually as much as possible. I guess I am feeling happy for a lot of people that they can be out and about. And I really rather to, if possible, be more careful and just continue to stay home as much as possible. So one of the things that I heard from people who are food lovers is they really hate having to take away all the time and not be able to eat in the establishment. So I'm not really so much of a foodie, so it hasn't really affected me that much. All in all, during this entire period, I have been part of 3 virtual sexuality festivals. One is Tantra, one is in a Facebook group, pay what you can kind of a initiative, and another one is called Erotic Living. So okay, anyway, one is called Mavaka, which is in the Facebook group, pay what you can. Another one is One World Tantra, which is very much Tantra based. And the other one is Erotic Living Festival that I was part of last week. So having attended these virtual sexuality festivals, it gave me the idea, why don't I create my own? And if I were to create my own, what would it be? What would it look like? How would I make mine different? Or it's not just about just being different for the sake of being different. It's also what would be the biggest contribution I could make in terms of my virtual festival. So I thought about where my heart was placed, and it is really knowing all these educators around the world. If we could do a virtual sexuality festival by Asians for Asians. I know it sounds maybe discriminatory because why should race matter? But sometimes race does matter, because as Asians, we don't see many Asians talking about sex. And I wanted to create something where you get to see Asians talking about sexuality and being very comfortable with their bodies. And so the idea for this virtual festival started to come about. And we had a working name, but right now the working name that we are planning to have is called Sugar and Spice. And you can join the free access Facebook group now. So you can join us clicking the link below. So the logo is up, the website is going to be up, and we are getting proposals from presenters. So far, I have spoken to many people, and we have 18 proposals so far, and also recruiting partners, sponsors, and volunteers. So if this resonates with you, I'm going to be starting to speak with people, interview them, and kind of like put it all together. It's a lot of work, and I am excited about it, and I'm planning to possibly do a kind of like a crowdfunding thing, because I don't have money. I'm just going from zero and having this idea and vision and wanting to do it no matter what. So the idea is for 2 weeks, starting from the 1st of August. It's going to be, if it's a weekday, two sessions per day, and weekends maybe more. So if it's 2 weeks, each day at least 2 presentations. So 2 times 7 is 14. 14 times 2 is 28. So the whole festival will have at least 28 different presentations, and not all of them is really about sex. Some of them will be about like movement and education and lecture style and workshop. So it's going to be very, very diverse, and I look forward to having your support. Okay, I really, really need people to support this festival for it to work. the thing about having a virtual festival is we don't have to worry about the cost of venue and food. Make it really affordable for people. And so I'm gonna need people to help me because I really can't do this by myself. And it's not fun. It's not fun to put in so much hours of work and have so many people committed, and then have to do all the unglamorous things all by myself. So I'm very grateful that there have been people who have come forward, who has now working on the website. So I don't have my act together. I don't have everything figured out. I am just one person with an idea trying to do my best for the rest of humanity. And I'm not perfect, and I really will need support. So yeah, phase one and now going to phase two, being an introvert and having had the time to kind of like retreat a little bit and have some space from seeing people, because in my work I meet new people every week, and I have been doing this for 11 years. It has been quite exhausting. So it's been nice to kind of retreat a little bit, be part of other things, and also plan new things, come up with freebies, come up with community support events, and really asking myself again and again, what do I really want to do? How can I put more of my work online? And so this is the big thing, the biggest thing that has come forward so far, which is this virtual festival. So yeah, this is Martha, and thanks for watching this video. Thank you for your support. I am on Patreon. You can support me on Patreon. That's where I share more details, more up-to-date information about my work. And also you can subscribe to my mailing list. So that is where I post everything that's new, because honestly speaking, there's so many things happening every week for me. And it can get very overwhelming for my followers, actually. Like say, for instance, this week, I actually was last Sunday, Channel News Asia released this feature on sexuality and disability. They actually interviewed one parent. She has she has a pair of twin daughters who both have autism, and they actually have really low IQ as well. So they attended a sex ed workshop that I was the trainer of, and it was hosted by Disabled People's Association. So People's Association, DPA, and then me, sex educator, and then parent. So we were featured in this Channel News Asia story. But what is not so obvious in this feature is that Channel News Asia actually approached many parents, and nobody else wanted to come forward. So that is the reason why that feature didn't have more diversity. It is so difficult to get parents willing to talk. It's so difficult to get an organization willing to talk. And then if the organization said, no, don't talk to the media, then I wouldn't be able to talk to the media. So it is actually nothing short of a miracle that the feature happened. And so every week there are different things that I'm working on. And so the best way actually is to follow me on Eros Coaching, eroscoaching.com. Subscribe to my mailing list. And if you want to support me in the bigger way, you can support me on Patreon. And that's where I'm posting even more details with people who are committed to supporting me. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope all of you are keeping well during this period. It can feel emotionally very draining. So just be very gentle with yourself and take good care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, then it's very difficult to support the people around you. So yeah, thanks for watching.